So a lot has transpired in the last 24 hours or so, and there's a lot to talk about. There's quite a bit to unpack here. So I'll begin firstly with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump came out and basically said that this deal, this COVID relief bill that got bipartisan support is a piece of shit, and that the American people deserve more money, and we shouldn't be giving money to foreign entities, Nicaragua, Egypt, the list goes on. Take a look.
Throughout the summer, Democrats cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation in an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda and influence the election. Then, a few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to the American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment, $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan, $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
So that was very interesting. That was very interesting. So Donald Trump comes out and he says that bill isn't good. He'll veto it. And I like how at the end he kind of throws in, maybe, that the next administration will handle it better. Maybe that the next administration will be me. Just like insinuating that he won't leave the White House, which is an entirely different topic. But as it pertains to this stimulus, it's incredibly damning what is happening right now. And I don't think people are really seeing it for what it really is. So to paint the picture for you, Nancy Pelosi refused to co-sign Donald Trump's and Steve Mnuchin's $1.8 trillion stimulus bill. I think it was $1.8 trillion. Because she was afraid, and this is what I believe and a lot of other people believe, she was afraid that it would hurt Joe Biden's chances to get elected, because she thought that if people were to receive direct economic relief from the president, that it would kind of soften them up and it would kind of release some of that anger and disdain that they had for Trump, for the way that he handled COVID and pretty much his entire presidency, if they were provided that dire economic relief, which they so very needed. Okay. And so she didn't want to co-sign on the bill. Ro Khanna was pushing her to co-sign on the bill and to leave it up to Mitch McConnell to block it. And so the Democrats could have another weapon, hey, look, we're trying to help you get stimulus. The Republicans, Mitch McConnell, doesn't want you to get any help. Look what they're doing. They're blocking it, right? She refused to do it because she was afraid that it would hurt Joe Biden, right? Okay. Now, what happened? They proposed a $900 billion bill, which, let me insert some more information for you. David Sirota wrote an article where he talked about how Joe Biden, behind the scenes, supported the $900 billion bill instead of the $2.2 trillion bill that the Democrats initially proposed, which then in turn got the Democrats to kind of lay off that $2.2 trillion bill and get behind the $900 billion bill. Status quo Joe at its finest. Status quo Joe at its finest, okay? So you're seeing what's happening, right? The Republicans are going right, as they always do, far right, and the Democrats are trailing not far behind them. But see, there's this commodity, there's this figure in the White House right now whose unpredictability is something of the like that which we've never seen. Okay, Donald Trump is a loose cannon. He always shoots from the hip. You can never expect what will come out of his mouth at any given time. And so what we know about Donald Trump is he did, or at least he said, that he wanted more stimulus for the people before. And I actually made a video about how he was going to push Congress to give the people more stimulus, but there were reports that the White House aides talked them out of it. Apparently not. Apparently not, because here he is, gung-ho, reprimanding Congress for not giving the American people what they need. And what's so interesting about this, and why I don't think people are looking at it the correct way, is that the Democrats were sold. I mean, we know the Republicans were sold, but the Democrats were sold on that $600 relief package. Of course, Bernie Sanders, the more progressive wing of the Democratic Party, they didn't like it, but they had to support it because that was all that they were going to get, seemingly, at the time, right? But, we know Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders were pushing for the $1,200 stimulus checks. But anyway, they were sold on that $600 stimulus check bill. Nancy Pelosi even called the $600 a significant amount. She did. She called the $600 a significant amount. But now Donald Trump comes out and it's like, nah, they deserve $2,000. Give them $2,000. See, what this does is it throws everything kind of off balance, because we have Donald Trump, the conservative, who's governed like a true conservative through and through throughout his entire presidency, outflanking the Democrats on policy. Jesus Christ. You never thought you'd see the day. Never thought you'd see the day. So what happens is Nancy Pelosi realizes this, and now they have to rush to the left to meet Donald Trump and go, oh, yeah, 2K, yeah, we've been waiting for you, bro. We've been for this the entire time. Of course, yeah, we want the $2,000. What do you mean? But you were gonna pass the bill with no stimulus checks until Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley got on your ass and made sure that direct relief was gonna be given to the American people. Now that Donald Trump comes out and he's like, fuck it, give them $2,000. Now all of a sudden you support it? Or maybe you're just feeling the pressure, right? And now people are like, oh, Nancy Pelosi called this. She's calling his bluff. Nancy Pelosi. Are you an idiot? Are you insane? Where is this thought coming from that she's some mastermind? She's terrible. Why didn't she call this bluff before? Oh, that's right. It could have hurt Biden. She doesn't really believe in any of this. What I don't understand what's happening right now. And what it does is, not only does it fuck with her and the Democrats, it puts the Republicans in weird positions. Because now all the people that were like, Oh, no, no stimulus. No, no stimulus. Donald Trump comes out and says, yeah, stimulus. And now they're like, oh, shit. Yep. Whatever Donald Trump says is right. Yep. Stimulus, 2K. Yep. $600. When before they didn't want anything. So he's just so unpredictable. He just comes out and says whatever, and they just have to bow down and go with it because they know if they oppose him, that's political suicide for those Republican politicians, right? So in the progressive wing, the Justice Democrats, they finally come out of the woodworks, right? They've been hiding for some time because of the whole force to vote ordeal. A lot of prominent people on the left have been coming at the progressive wing's politicians' throats lately about withholding their vote for Nancy Pelosi until she puts a vote for Medicare for all to the floor, until she brings it to the floor. And I think that's also another reason why she came out so quickly to support this deal. I mean, she felt the heat, she felt the pressure, I feel, in my opinion, So what I want to do really quickly is I want to read for you a couple of tweets before I wrap up this video. From Walker Bragman. This is laughable. Trump is now calling for $2,000 checks, and Pelosi says she backs the idea. The HEROES Act, the $2.2 trillion relief package House Democrats passed in October to make a statement, only asked for $1,200. Pelosi should do this, but for real, doing it by unanimous consent means any one member can block it. The House should actually bring a clean $2,000 check bill to the floor, pass it, and send it to the Senate. Do it with the intent of getting people more aid, not just as a stunt. He says the unanimous consent because if one person votes against it, it's dead. So, something to prevent that could be like doing like a roll call vote or something like that. That was Adam Gentelson. The Rose Movement tweeted, wait, so you're telling me that Nancy Pelosi completely shut out and ignored progressives fighting for $2,000 in direct payments, but now that Trump wants to do it, she wants to claim credit when she literally just called $600 significant this week? And another guy says Democrats are being pushed to the left by not by progressives, but by Trump. Guys, this is insane. This is insane. Look, I want the American people to get all the relief they need because they deserve it and they need it and they can't survive without it. But these politicians, man, just understand what's unfolding before your very eyes. They're so fake. They're so dishonest. It's grotesque. It's so ridiculous and disgusting how they act. It's an act. That's what it is. It's an act. And now Pelosi is being championed for doing something that she should have done a long time ago. And this doesn't take any spine. This doesn't take any guts, any courage. Just to come out after Donald Trump came out and just, oh, yeah, let's do it. I've been waiting on you, Don. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stop. Now, I hope this bill gets passed. I truly hope that this, brings forth positive things for the American people, and it would, if it does get passed and these direct payments gets dispersed out to the people that need them. Hopefully Mitch McConnell will come around. There's a lot of pressure on him now. Everybody's pressuring him because all the Democrats are on the same page. So, yeah, man, this is very interesting, and hopefully people don't get caught up in the theater, for lack of a better term. Hopefully they don't get caught up in the theater and they see this for what it really is. And also, the fight isn't over. Force the goddamn vote. Don't let Pelosi get comfortable. Force the goddamn vote. Bring Medicare for all down to the floor for a vote. We need to see who really supports this and who really doesn't during this time where well over at this point, 300,000 Americans have died from COVID-19, and everybody's attention at the moment is on politics and what's happening in our political spectrum. This is the greatest time to vote on it.